Pee is
I'm
sterile.
not exposed to pus on a daily.
As soon as it comes out,
that.
as soon as it comes out of your body, pee is sterile.
Yes.
Because of
But
the
as soon
ammonia
as it
content.
doesn't,
People
yeah,
say that.
it
I don't know what
starts
it means necessarily.
There's a lot of
It means you
ammonia
can't
in
have
it.
babies.
Yeah, so
It means it can't have babies?
you can't get pregnant by peeing inside somebody.
If you pee, despite what the kids at school told you, you don't pee in a girl to make a baby.
Yeah, sterile.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to Credit Zero.
Hey! Welcome to After School Arcade, the podcast which is called Credit Zero.
Yay!
We're back, baby.
What month is it?
It is June.
You had a concerned look on your face like you panicked for a second.
It is December.
It's June
Am I right, guys?
2022.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got the year right and everything.
What's your name?
My name is Drew.
What's your name?
I'm Daryl.
What's your name?
Luke.
What's your name?
I'm Leslie.
Cool.
What's your name?
I think it's Paul.
Can't remember.
Right.
But before we get into any of the nitty-gritties tonight, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck?
So before we get into anything like the nitty-gritty nature, yes,
The nittiest of the grittiest.
yes, I agree. I concur wholeheartedly. Daryl, get close. Daryl, you're a knight in the 21st century. This didn't
The
work.
21st
Yeah.
century?
Whatever, I'm sticking with it. Yes,
What
and.
night?
What? Yes, and. All right. So you're a knight of the 21st century. You're carousing through the streets of Reddit, right? You're trying to
Okay.
find some woman to defend online.
Yes, fellow Knights of Columbus.
Yeah, and well, maybe don't say that. And
I think that's different.
and you come upon, right? Hark, a cave of cringe. Do you enter or do you back away slowly on your noble steed of the keyboard?
Oh, my steed, the keyboard. Well, you know, I am well adorned with my armor
Your armor
of
of.
sarcasm.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you guys
ready.
get that this is a metaphor yet? Yeah.
I'm ready to enter.
Alright.
I will enter the cringe.
You enter the cringe cave. All right. Do you have any dice on you?
No.
All right. What?
I just carry
Yeah,
that
how
shit around.
stupid of me to assume that you would have dice.
Yeah,
Drew.
I bring dice to work just in case anybody asks me about D&D.
I mean, I used to have a die on my back pocket.
For what?
You want to get into this?
Decision making?
You want to get into this?
I've not heard the story.
Okay.
Oh, sex stuff.
No, it wasn't for sex stuff.
Oh,
good
I don't care
prediction,
about
though.
it then. We're going back to this story.
All right, sweet. So you enter the cave of cringe.
Yes.
I can tell my dice story afterwards if you're interested. Right. So, you chance upon a sea serpent. He says knee. What do you do?
Back, fellow vile creature. I will.
Vile creature.
Hello, fellow vile creature. I
The
love
opposite
you.
self-awareness.
I will slay you with my sword of serendipity.
Very clever, White Knight. But you have not considered that you are in the middle of the lake.
Okay, pause. Like I
Yes.
am like part Middle Eastern. Can we just say like maybe like I'm like a mixed knight? Like
You want to be a white knight?
I
This
wanna
is
be, like,
the
white.
polar opposite point. You get. Remember when I said you were mixed race on an episode of Cooking With, and you were like, "No, I'm fully white. Shut up."
I know, but now that I'm a white knight, it feels different.
Are you fucking
no.
serious?
I don't want to be a white knight. I
This
feel like
bit's
it's-
over. All right, so the die that I had. I used to carry a 6-sided die with me for when I had absolutely no idea what I should do next, where I was like at a complete crossroads, and I'd roll the die to see like, oh, what should I do next? Like odd numbers this, even numbers this.
Why don't you just have a coin?
Because sometimes I'd have more than two things, and also because the die felt like it had value to me. Like the die never strayed me in the
as opposed
wrong
to
direction.
coins, which
Yeah.
aren't worth anything.
Can I finish my sentence before you ridicule what you think my sentence is?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks, dude.
9 minutes.
So it had sentimental value to me. Like
Okay.
it never steered me in the wrong direction. Yeah, it almost seems as if when I'm able to finish my sentence, it makes perfect sense, Drew.
Yeah, what's that
maybe
like?
maybe the entire history of this podcast would be that, Drew.
I feel like we should empathize with each other more.
I really like your stupid fucking hat.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
That's a
Anyway.
good form of empathy.
We got room to grow.
What you're saying is that
I like the way that Drew just sort of like had the big ol' surprised peek at your face when I said that.
But what you're saying is if you used a coin and if you put it in your pocket, then it would just be another coin.
Is this a No Country for Old Men reference?
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but the die itself, like, I used it once on a whim, and I was like, sure, what the fuck, I'll go with that. And then it turned out to be the great, like, a good choice for me to have made. So then I started, like, going, hey, maybe if... And then used it for a couple other things, and was like, yeah. Like, for example, that die... Remember how I said I almost moved to Calgary at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I straight up
You
was
left that
like...
up to a dice roll?
100% I did. Yeah, I straight up went like, you know what? Let's throw everything. Let's throw all caution to the wind. If it's like a 1, 3, or a 5, I'll go to Calgary. Rolled it. It was like a 4 or something like that. I was like, cool. I'm not going to Calgary, but I almost did. Like
So-
I committed to that.
My question to you then
Yeah.
is what terrible thing happened that made you stop using the dice?
Nothing. I
Oh,
just.
you just stopped?
I just
figured,
didn't
like,
have
it
any-
Gave you, it led you
You
astray.
grew
You're
up.
like,
That's what
"Fuck this."
happened.
Sort of actually. It's like I just got out of like a really bad period of my life, and I'm more comfortable
Like, I'll take
not rolling
agency
a
in my
dice
life.
about like everything I do now.
And you learned that the coin don't have no say. It's just you.
Is this more No Country for Old
Yeah,
Men?
yeah.
It's been a while.
Coin don't have no say. It's just you.
Is that whatever his name is?
No, it's Nancy Reagan.
That's Nancy Reagan.
Coin don't have no say. Don't
Just say
do
no.
drugs.
Yeah. Did she have that voice?
No.
Hey y'all, it's your favorite, it's your girl, Nancy Reagan, here to tell you, don't do drugs, suck dick instead.
She's just like a cowboy.
But not if you're gay.
What kind of like, what would be the worst punishment if she said suck dick on television? Like if she
like what-
encouraged
like-
people to suck dick. She's like,
Hey y'all, it's Nancy Reagan, suck a dick.
like, would she get in trouble?
What's the follow-up?
I would have to imagine that
She's
was like,
the first lady.
yeah, but some crazy like
Obama killed
drama.
people with flying robots and he's fine.
He
Yeah,
didn't get
but also
impeached.
like Reagan
yeah, but
did
people like
shit.
Michelle.
People like Michelle. Well, she didn't
Yes.
kill people with flying robots.
Yeah, and she also didn't tell anyone to suck dick.
Yeah, she told
But if
people.
she's told people,
She told people to eat cauliflower. Wasn't
Yeah,
her
why?
thing like obese? Because her thing was obesity.
Childhood
So she
obesity, yeah.
cauliflower.
She was like, yeah, eat vegetables.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
generally.
This is not worth
thought-
you fighting with me, Drew.
I
This
thought
one in
you were
particular,
implying-
just let it go.
No, but Reagan said stupid shit all the time. Like he had that thing where he thought he freed Dachau because he fought in World War II. He thought he freed the concentration camp Dachau, and a week
I don't
later,
know what Dachau is. For all I know, it's a Spider-Man villain.
it's a concentration camp in Poland.
All right.
He thought he freed it, and it turns out he's
Freed the concentration camp from what? Like its inhabitants? Like
No,
freed
like-
them?
Do you know
he
what a
killed the
concentration
Nazis.
camp is?
I'm aware, but like freed the concentration
Freed
camp.
the
Like,
prisoners.
Read the people.
Why is this ganging up on me today? I'm very stressed
Because you're
today.
yelling at Drew.
Because he's stupid.
No, you're picking fights with him.
Because he's stupid.
Drew, I
I don't
don't.
defend myself on
Whatever happens on this podcast, Drew, I got your back.
Thank
okay?
you, Daryl.
I got your
Thank
back.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah, this
allies
is the
this
pro
time.
Drew
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, this is a pro Drew episode.
My squad
So-
of white knights.
They're aging backwards like Benjamin Button. You're like, well, waste not.
The thing
What
that
did I
I
see
like
what I
about
get?
Benjamin Button kids is that I get older, but they don't even stay the same.
What's that? What's the movie that's from?
Dazed and Confused
Right.
with Matty McConaughey.
There was a character in there that reminded me of you, Daryl. He's the guy in the car. One of the like bros.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of them. Yeah,
That's totally Daryl.
I mean, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
in Texas, yes.
And you're also like
Texas.
older, but you're hanging out with us.
That's true.
Yeah.
And all the better for it.
Thank you.
Anyway, Reagan freed the inhabitants of Dachau from the Nazi guards,
Thank you for
but
specifying.
he didn't. He's watched a movie and he's fucking senile. And he said on live television that he did it, and then a week later he's like, "I'm sorry. What I thought in my heart was true, but the facts were wrong." He said that.
Yeah,
He
that's-
saw a movie where he got free Dachau, and he said on live television that he was a part of it.
It's a well-known part of American history that Reagan, during his final couple of years of his
His pregnancy. I
Couple years of his pregnancy, damn.
yeah,
don't have to take this literally, do I?
yeah, he had Alzheimer's, so he was going.
That's kind of a Goldwater thing. Was that ever diagnosed?
after he left presidency.
So we don't know for sure that he had Alzheimer's when he was the president. Goldwater rule.
He was definitely
He was
slipping.
stupid.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. Who cares if we say Reagan was stupid?
He'd be slipping.
We were just talking about like whether Nancy Reagan would face repercussions for saying "suck dick, y'all" on TV. Of course, you can say that Reagan is stupid.
During the AIDS crisis, too.
Oh, that's true.
Suck a dick, y'all, but not if it looks gross. It probably is infected.
Suck a dick, not if you're gay.
Does AIDS affect what your dick looks like?
I don't think so.
can't
It's an
imagine.
immune disorder.
Yeah.
It's just your whole body.
It's not like bliss.
What does AIDS stand for? Autoimmune deficiency syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it autoimmune?
Yeah. Because yeah, that's why people dying of AIDS, they get AIDS and they die of something else.
Did you know that cats can get AIDS? They can also get cat herpes.
Jesus.
Is it
Yeah.
different than human herpes? Can humans get cat herpes?
No.
My roommate's cat has cat herpes, so watch out, because I might have it.
Well, I'm not gonna kiss you then.
Yeah, I thought so. It's not auto at all.
Is it?
It's not. You guys are all liars. It's acquired.
Oh,
No
what
shit.
the fuck?
Acquired deficiency syndrome.
Oh.
Cool.
You asked us. I mean, you didn't know either.
Yeah, I asked and I was like, what does it stand for? And I had like an inkling in the back of my head. And you all said like, oh, it's auto. Definitely.
Don't fuck with Paul and acronyms.
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
if they
no.
start with A.
BTW? Don't fuck with me in acronyms.
Oh my god.
But the win.
But the win.
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
Yeah.
But the win.
BT dubs.
Yeah.
Drew,
What?
why are we not doing an improv show this month?
That's a complicated question.
Yeah.
Probably the answer is because we're trying to do it in Kitchener. To be honest with you.
That's valid. Do you think we'd have more success if we went to like the main Waterloo area?
Maybe. The problem is that we know more venues in this area than, like, I don't have any direct connection to anywhere in Waterloo.
I don't have any direct connection to anything in this area whatsoever because I live in a different city.
Yeah.
it's
Waterloo, I'm
complicated.
not driving over there. Fuck that.
Waterloo, I don't think we have
Fuck
any.
you! I drive over here every fucking month.
Yeah.
So even if we
And
could
you-
find,
and you
if we
complain
found,
about it.
if we found a venue that's like, yes, absolutely, pay nothing, come here, do a show, you would still be like, no, fuck that, I'm not driving.
All right. Maybe I would do it.
Thank you.
Waterloo, I don't think it'd be more opportunities.
Probably
Like,
not.
Kitchener's way more like kind of trying to.
It's
accentuating local arts.
You know what's accentuating local arts?
What, Paul?
My main man Drew Hobden's mouth hole. Don't do visual jokes on a podcast.
Drew
I'll
made
be
a
honest-
licking motion, like he was licking that old.
That sweet
Bird.
iceberg. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like icebergs.
Well, icebergs have like very fresh water in them apparently. I saw a documentary on icebergs where like it's like icebergs have the world's freshest water in it, and it cuts to like two British men going like, let's make some tea with it.
In Newfoundland, they have beer that's made with iceberg water. It's called iceberg beer.
Which is weird because normally it's made with like hops and like alcohol.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So
It's
they
Not
don't-
beer. It's just water.
It's just
Yeah,
water
I was
that
about
they
to
let
say
sit
they're
out.
frauds. We can expose these bastards.
I saw a little document. I think it was Popular Mechanics for Kids when I was a kid of them making iceberg water, and it's like, how do they do that? It's literally just like a boat with a crane on. It's like clonk clonk. It
How
just
do they do it? It's magic.
I'd love it if every episode of How Do They Make It just featured a boat with a crane.
how do they make pianos?
Yeah, how they make zoos. Plonk plonk.
It's just a shark like going nuts. Dolphins like, what the hell, man? Whoa, 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 whoa! An octopus like, what the fuck?
I went to the Toronto Zoo recently. Speaking of like diseases and stuff, all the birds are sick, so I didn't get to see them.
Okay, hold on. Can I ask for more information?
You can if you want to, yeah.
What do you mean by all the birds are sick?
There's like an avian flu going around.
Don't
right
say
now.
it like it's obvious, you dunce.
I'm not saying it like it's obvious to you. It's obvious to me because I was there and I saw all those signs. And
Right,
they're
but like
you
all the
can't see
birds that are like
birds right now.
flying by all clearly are sick. Like you look at them,
No,
it's
there
like
wasn't.
obviously
There
they're-
wasn't a miasma in the air. It's just they had to
You
put
said
the
all
birds
the birds
away.
were sick, and I asked for clarification. You were like, "Well, it was obvious to me." And then I asked, "Oh, so this? No, go cool. Thank you, Drew.
was
Start
still, like,
over."
But he was at the zoo. His whole thing started at the zoo. So you got to put your mind
Yeah.
in the zoo.
Get to
I'll
the
put my
zoo.
mind in the zoo. Right.
Right,
We're in
Where's the
animals.
zoo? It's in Toronto.
It is in Toronto.
It's
See, I'm one up on the game.
There
We're
you
here.
go. See,
Yeah.
we're working together, guys.
This had nothing to do with what.
We don't have to argue, guys. We can work together.
Daryl intervened with like an irrelevant point to go like, look, we're all on the same page.
If you agree on this, you can agree together.
All right, go again. Start again.
So basically, we went to the zoo.
Yeah.
Right? It was basically me, my family, you know, Julia was there, my niece and nephew were there.
Do you not consider Julia family?
I also consider my niece and nephew family, yeah.
They're not married yet, bro.
Oh, living in
Seattle. Oh.
It's Seattle.
Sinless in
more like
Seattle, yeah.
Seattle. Libs.
I bet people fuck in Seattle.
Absolutely.
Alright.
It's
Yeah, you're right. That's too far. That's a bridge too far. Speaking of too far, I'm amazed that I don't have to yell to reach your ears. Would you mind getting close to the mic?
All right.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, dude. You're really putting in the effort.
Goddamn inchworm over
Shifts
here.
body weight.
Oh my God, Leslie, shut up. You talk way too fucking much.
What's your favorite bird, Leslie?
Oh, I actually grew up with 2 Amazon parrots.
Sick.
Yeah, it was sick as fuck. They used
they're
to.
sick at the zoo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, good thing you didn't bring them to the Toronto Zoo. Otherwise, they'd be sick. Unless, of course, they were flying overwards because there's no miasma in the air.
Is that surprising that if they flew overwards and didn't land, they
He's
wouldn't
just
get sick?
agreeing with you.
I'm just agreeing with you, dude. Why are you being so confrontational about everything?
Tell us about our bird.
Couldn't help, but notice you didn't defend me from him being needlessly aggressive
I already mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, I'm on Drew's side.
about everything.
I'm gonna say some wild shit.
Yeah, he's gonna be wronger than usual.
I
And
know.
we're gonna back every part of
I'm
it.
gonna do it.
So, Luke, do you want to like team up? It's
What are you
two
gonna
against.
do?
Be correct. And it's not.
What are you gonna do to me?
What am I
I'll be the
signing
voice
up
of reason, and you can say yes to that.
What is it? Drew, what are you gonna do?
Hold on. Okay, first off,
Yeah.
I speak the truth every time, and I'm going to stay on that consistent level of speaking the truth.
Yeah.
If you can get on board with that, join my team. Otherwise,
Hey Drew.
Whoa.
Hey Drew.
I
On
wanna
a
know-
scale of 1 to 10, can 0 be used to discount the possibility of even being on the scale?
if you're being
Or is 1 a 0?
exaggerating of it, that's not a sentence. If you know what I mean, though.
He's
if you're
crying right
exaggerating,
Drew, you peed.
what's your favorite
Are you
bird?
peeing?
Luke? What's your favorite bird?
What's my favorite bird?
Yeah, what's your favorite kind of bird?
Just like big ass albatross.
Big ass albatross.
Yeah, they got meat.
meat.
Yeah, they got
They got that
Meat
meat.
bird.
Albatrosses are the ones that can fly over the ocean, right?
Yeah, they fly for days and
Because
days.
they just glide for a while.
I
Because
mean,
they have
any
like
bird
12
can
foot.
fly over the ocean. They just won't make it.
They have like, because they have.
They just go for a little trip and come back.
or they just like die
Not any
halfway
bird,
through.
alright? Chickens can't, penguins can't.
You could toss them.
That's not flying.
Yeah, it is.
Catapults not.
Catapults
Yeah, it is.
flying.
It depends on your definition of flying. Otherwise, fucking planes don't fly.
It depends on your definition of suitcase. What do you mean it depends on your definition of flying?
Because otherwise, planes can't fly. I
No,
just said
planes
that.
are putting active effort into flying.
No,
Meanwhile,
planes-
if you toss something in the air, it's not
Planes-
suddenly flying.
Planes don't.
Falling with style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Planes don't land. They do a controlled crash. By the scientific definition of flying, planes cannot fly.
How do you deal with this?
Right?
When I'm right, I'm the bad guy. When I'm wrong, I'm the bad guy. Is that
Also, I wanted to set up a moment where the two of you, Leslie and Luke, would duke it out over which of your favorite birds would win in a fight.
Albatross.
But Luke
absolutely.
said albatross, and I
Yeah.
don't think any other bird stands a chance.
No, it's got like
Oh.
a 12-foot wingspan.
Have you seen shoebills before?
Oh, those
They're in
are-
Australia. They look
Shoebills?
terrifying.
Oh, that's the one
They're
that sounds like an
tall.
AK-47.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They're huge. They look like they want to fucking kill you.
Yeah, like, they're like 6 feet tall and they can like
Yeah.
crush your arm. Yeah.
Uh huh.
Cool, man.
So that one might win.
against an albatross.
But albatross could run away for a long time.
Would it run or would it fly?
Depends on your
away.
definition of run.
Also, albatross's eyes are all black, and that's fucking scary.
Are they actually?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
What is happening? Are you
I'm-
beatboxing?
Yeah, I'm beatboxing with my digestive system. Yeah. Daryl, what's your favorite bird?
I mentioned this on the podcast before. I like the lyrebird.
Oh yeah, that's your favorite
yeah.
animal, right?
Yeah, it's also my favorite bird.
Apparently, it's what you are, according to the question.
Oh,
You're a
right.
liar.
No, I make a lot of sounds, I guess.
No, you're a liar, though.
That's not what the
Like a
bird is.
guitar.
Yeah, it is. You're
The
a
bird's
liar.
not, the bird's not a liar.
You lie.
No.
That's what a liar would say.
Okay. that's true.
Yeah.
Lawyer.
That is fair. I'm a lawyer bird.
A lawyer bird?
I'm a lawyer bird.
A lawyer bird?
Because lawyers are liars.
What do you say to that, Luke?
Yeah. You know what? You're right. You're right. And albatrosses suck. I guess I'm a liar bird now.
Paul, you look like you want to die.
Yeah.
Alright. Good talk.
Yeah, they just make they make the most unique sounds, and they're able to mimic anything. So like the sound of chainsaws, the sound of like cameras.
Hold on. If a lyrebird were to mimic the sound of a shoe bill, would it sound like an AK-47 or would it sound like a shoe bill?
It probably sound a little quieter because what the shoe bills do is they have these giant
Like it
fucking
echoes or
beaks,
whatever,
and yeah,
right?
so it just like. But like the lyrebirds, they just have like the little teeny beaks. So he'd try, but it wouldn't be quite as loud.
Drew, can you do it again?
It's like a 1920s side character laughing at the scene. Yeah. Man, what a terrible fucking show. The Three Stooges is so...
Stooges?
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember
Yeah.
if it was on the... It was probably on the podcast.
It was on the podcast, I believe. Yeah, they're irredeemable. They're not funny and good.
Yeah, they're in hell right now.
Jesus.
That's where they deserve to be.
They made bad comedy, and now they went straight to hell.
Yeah.
Can I amend something for the record?
What?
So it turns out, even though none of us remembered, including the guy telling the story, which really just speaks volumes about me as a person, I told the story about Whiplash twice. Remember Whiplash?
Oh, no.
The teacher who got that essay.
Yeah.
The first time I told the story, and I was trying to grapple with this because right after recording that episode, I did like I'm trying to work on an ad which uses our like lines out of context. So I'm listening back to the other episode. Well, otherwise, why the fuck would I know about it?
You got to explain
But
it. Yeah.
I went back to, I think it was Luke's Posse of Perverts. It might have been the episode after that, which I frankly don't remember the episode title. But I told that story, and I told it differently, and I had to like grapple, like one of these is clearly like incorrectly remembered.
Right.
And so I tried grappling with it and realized that
You
when
saw
I...
it in a movie?
Huh?
Did
No.
you see it in a movie?
No. Whiplash.
The whole thing
I ate a
played out
movie
twice.
and I was bad at drums.
Yeah, right. I remembered that the first time I told this story, I had said that, he took one look at my title page and went, no, I'm not accepting this. And then the second time I was like, it was late, and he gave me a 0 for that reason. And both times it was 0.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so it turns out I was trying to remember that, and I also like looked back through like even just like the graded paper and stuff like that, and it turns out the first time I tried to submit something, he was like, "No, I don't accept this as your paper. Do a new topic." And
So
this was halfway through.
both were true.
But technically both were true, but I also like it's inconsistent story, and I don't want it on the record of like something that I said that being untrue. So I just wanted to amend that for the record.
Clips are dope.
Clips it down.
Yeah, no, I admitted I was wrong.
Yeah, we're good at admitting when we're wrong. All right, Drew.
When we're wrong.
What's something that one of us can be correct on and one of us can be incorrect on? No fucking pedantics. No squabbling.
I explain what you mean by that. One of us can be correct and one of us can be wrong.
That says it all. That says it all. Thank you all for listening to the fucking podcast. That says it fucking all. Are you serious right now?
I don't know what you're asking me for.
I'm asking
What
for,
do you want from me?
I'm asking for one thing where we can like talk something out and one of us
Oh, you're
has
just
to be
looking for a
correct.
topic.
One of us has to be incorrect.
We don't, but what if, okay, fucking
What's something we would disagree on?
a lot.
Yeah, but like not subjective. Like person to person shit.
That shit just comes up naturally. I don't know, like the quality of art?
All right, let's go. The quality of art. You argue that.
Most abstract art is boring.
Sure, I'll agree with that.
Well, you have to disagree.
Okay,
Are
what's
you-
the highest?
No, you keep taking his side. You're not a moderator.
Hold
in
on,
this.
she was gonna give us a
I
topic.
don't fucking care. She was mean to me. Daryl, go.
Let her get a word in this episode.
I'm on
Fine,
Drew's.
go.
I'm on
No,
Drew's
shut up, Daryl. Does it go?
No, Daryl's talking. No.
All right, Daryl, shut up. Luke, go.
You want a topic?
Oh my God, Leslie, go.
Leslie had something in the chamber.
What is the highest form of art?
Weed, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we agree on
Well,
that.
I've never smoked
Tenders.
it. Well, I mean, I guess between the two of
Neither
us.
have I. Yeah. I don't
420.
The trouble is, I don't think I'd be able to argue that on any kind of thing other than subjective.
that weed is the highest
No,
form of art,
that
or
was,
that
that was
you
my
know
joke.
the highest
That was my
form of
joke
art?
answer. What is the highest form of art is something I can't answer, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, because it's so subjective. Well, unless you're really...
He came!
oh, high art!
Drew, are you coming?
Pornography is the highest form of art.
Ugh, definitely not. What's the last type of porn you looked at?
Ah, my leg cramp.
That's what you get. The porn gods are looking at you. Are
I
you
was
okay?
looking at feet porn.
Put your heel down. It helps.
no, this works, this works.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you stretch it out like this, it's fine.
What's the last porn you looked at?
What is the last porn I looked at? I don't even know.
Seems like it's been a while. It's been hours for me.
It's been...
All right, Luke,
but
go.
it feels like
It was like a
days.
nudist camp thing. They saw each other and
That's not sexual.
then they fucked.
Oh, okay.
They saw each other's bodies and they're like, "You're not supposed to get an erection at a nudist camp," and then they fucked.
Sorry,
See,
you're not,
that's my
so
question
taboo.
you're
about
not
nudism.
supposed to?
You're not opposed to. I don't.
You're not...
It's
yeah,
not
that's
written
how they-
very well.
I'm sure not opposed to getting an erection at a nudist camp.
It's not written very well. It made not a lot of sense. I saw a great porn the other day where it was this weird,
You got
fucking
excited.
pan bisexual orgy, but they had scenes with the couples, and they're all like porn actors, and they're like, "I'm really nervous about this." They had like great scenes, like just being like, "I don't know how I'm gonna feel to see you having sex with someone else," and they're like, they had like emotional
Actual
scenes,
conversations
and then they
about that?
all
Yeah.
just fucked, and it was great.
Sounds boring.
It was all...
Oh, I love you, Daryl. Daryl, what's the last porn you looked at?
It was probably like MILF porn.
Yeah?
Fuck yeah,
You like-
dog.
you like-
MILF hunters.
You like the people your own age?
I do.
Yeah!
I like to switch it up,
Yeah, all
I
sorts
like
of
to vary it
stuff.
up. I don't like to stay on one topic too long.
What's the last topic before MILFs?
Are you gonna go through all the topics?
Just the last two.
How do I say this elegantly?
How about towards the mic as a starter?
Big bosoms.
Big bosom.
That's right.
You went from big bosoms to MILFs. I gotta imagine that's not a huge leap.
No,
Doesn't have to.
no, it's got
That could have a lot of overlap in that Venn diagram.
It's like when- at the
Even though
bottom
you
where
want
it
two
says, like,
big
people
circles,
off-
unfortunately they're pushed together.
People often search these terms together. It's one of those kind of things.
Yeah, big bosom MILFs.
I didn't do that.
Daryl with his fucking I just imagine one of those corncob pipes in his mouth, just like big bosom mothers I would enjoy fucking.
So I can't answer the question what was my most recent thing, because I honestly it's one of those things where as soon as I'm done watching I'm like on to the next thing. I don't.
Oh, is there that shame? Yeah, you're done. You're like, oh,
Post-nut
I can't
clarity.
believe I saw that.
It's definitely post-nut clarity. I don't know if it's shame, but it could be. I don't know. But
Not a shame.
it's more about I don't lock it in my brain. But there is one that stands out in my mind. It wasn't good. It wasn't sexy.
But it
But
was.
it's memorable.
I like this.
So I don't remember what the title was or what the thumbnail was.
We
but
can
I-
make the title. You
But
just describe to us,
Okay,
and
so-
then we'll go in a circle, us four, word by word as the title.
So
Yeah.
here's the premise. All right, and I'm going to try not to get too graphic. So
Yeah, not on this podcast.
there was a voiceover that was the dude's dick.
Stop.
And
The dude's dick was doing the narration.
for the first half when he had his shorts on or whatever, they
It was
would
muffled.
No, it wasn't muffled. It was internal monologue.
That's even funnier.
I'm pretty sure when I clicked on it, the title made it sound like the dick was actually talking, to the people in the room, but it wasn't, which was actually disappointing.
This is the man you defend. This is the
But-
man you both chose to defend.
I didn't. Okay,
To the
anyway.
death.
It's memorable, isn't it?
But the
It's
point-
memorable.
When
Did you come?
When no, when the dick was talking in his pants, they were miming, so it was moving around like a puppet.
Well, moving what around?
You could see the bulge
Like
or
his
whatever,
bulge was-
wiggling inside the shorts.
Starting to think it's not a real dick.
Yeah, no kidding.
For the audience, I have my hand up.
Yeah, what's
Is
up?
this the Tommy Lee biopic?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, is this the Tommy Lee biopic?
I don't know who that
Tommy Lee,
is.
Pamela Anderson.
Tommy
come
Lee.
on.
Tommy
I know
Lee.
who that
biopic.
is.
The greatest
You know,
love story ever sold.
She's
This
got
came
two
out.
bosoms.
Yes.
This came out last
not
year.
taking
The
his
greatest love story ever sold, where his dick is a character.
His
And it's
dick
about
is a
their sex
character.
tape leak.
It
was-
starts with a monologue. This is making a lot of sense, actually.
It must have
Yeah.
been based off that. I don't know, but it was
okay.
It was the most memorable for all the wrong reasons pornography I've ever seen.
Was there any actual porn in it, or was it
Oh
just
yeah.
what?
And like
maybe
the monologue
a stick
kept
and
going.
a pair of shorts just moving around while a
you
guy
know
just
how, like,
monologues.
you know
And the
how,
dick's
like,
like, oh, this fucking feels so
okay, here's
good.
the other thing. All right, so so you know how like
Here's the other.
Here's the other thing. So you know what? How like normally in porn, the guy's usually quiet or like doing grunting or whatever. Normally, and the girl's like being like, more, yes.
Maybe.
I'm not a voice actor.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Whatever, Drew.
Yeah.
The monologue.
You're
is
losing
going-
my interest. And not enough big
The
push-ups.
monologue dick. I want to point out that the monologue dick.
The monologue
was a different personality than the actual guy.
Than the actual dick.
The actual guy was like nervous and like, oh, this is like.
So do you
we
think they
shouldn't
got a
be doing this or
separate
whatever.
dick to voice over the actual dick?
So the actual, yeah, they put out ads. The actual dick had like a really proper, not full like royal pronunciation British accent, but it was
the
like
hell?
very proper.
What the hell?
And the guy was like this nervous like American voice, and it was like, she was like.
American man.
She said
British
something
dick.
along the lines of like, "Oh, I want more," and then in like a very,
Oh, I want more.
in
This
a
sounds
more
like a
animated
pornography
thing.
video. Oh, I want more.
Yes, please.
And
on the
just-
floor.
Sounds like a commercial.
You know, like bad voice acting in like video games where they try to go for like a clever, like coy voice where it's like
the Joss Whedon kind of voice,
where
where,
they're
it's
like,
like,
oh yeah, like anyway, it was
I'm
like
making a quip. Like,
yeah,
that's
it
what-
was basically that kind of thing, and it was like like you can write the lines yourself if you need me to say them, something along the lines of like, oh, I'll give it to you, or that sounds great to me. That kind of thing.
I can give it
But-
to you. Oh, that sounds great to me. Thank
a-
you.
in a-
Thank you. Thank you.
in a proper British accent.
It sounds like a pastor, like doing like a talk, like he's touring around being about like the dangers of pornography.
Look, listen. I don't talk about sex. I don't talk about pornography. So this is me going out on a limb to tell you the story.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get serious. All right. The name of this pornography was
Some
Dick.
In?
My.
pussy.
Yeah, and I just had to click on it. I saw that name and I had to click on it.
Some dick in my pussy. I would click
I don't know,
the farthest
some dick.
away from that ever.
There should be a button that's like least related.
Yeah. that's like what
Unfavorite.
that's like if Wilbur was a dick instead of a pig in Charlotte's Web. That's some dick in my pussy.
I'm sorry.
Because she wrote some pig in the book.
Some dick in my pussy.
Oh, that triggered your nostalgia. How's it going, Drew?
It was just such a dumb joke.
You know what? Welcome to me, my
I
man.
appreciate you. Don't get me wrong.
You don't lie.
But that joke
None of
was
you
awful.
do. This podcast has made that clear.
Especially re-listening to everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my
No,
opinion.
re-listening to everything. Everything was fine until who can I blame here? Oh, you're new. Until Leslie came along.
Oh.
Oh.
You guys respected me fine. You were like, "Thank you for all the work you put in," and then ever since, it's just been fuck Paul.
I
left and
incited a rebellion.
right. No, what I did
So
was
usurp.
I just gotten more angry at you over time in this podcast for saying ridiculouser and ridiculouser things.
Thanks for bringing that out of me, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I try to empower people
I'm
here.
dumber for being near you.
Oh.
That's so mean.
I don't know what it means, but
That's fair.
because I'm so dumb.
You were gonna say something, Luke?
Go ahead.
Oh, that'd be an interesting topic. Is what's the weirdest porn? Not most fucked up, but like just like attracted your like. That's interesting.
I won't be able to answer this.
Okay, go.
Oftentimes, after I watch porn, I'll browse the like recommended section, just keep going down a rabbit hole until I find weird shit.
Yeah.
Vor porn is really weird.
Oh.
Really, really weird.
I don't want to talk about vor porn. Don't expect me to
Okay.
enthusiastically talk. Daryl, give your thoughts on that.
What does that mean?
A warning at
those
the
who
beginning
don't
of this
know.
one again.
Yeah, vor porn's weird.
Yeah, vor porn is people
Or
getting
vorn.
enjoyment, or vorn, people getting
porn.
enjoyment out of
Vor
people
porn.
eating things. I don't know if it's things or if it's
Why do they pretend to-
necessarily the
They
sexual
pledge
partner.
to agree with
but
you.
it often
and you're
goes
just
to
saying the
that.
stupidest shit. Drew.
Swallowing
Testing their
people whole.
limits.
Yeah, and it's usually like animation.
such a
Like
good
I saw
answer.
one that was Princess Peach Boo eating Princess Peach, and Boo got like pregnant after.
Whoa.
And then exploded because Princess Peach was too big in his tummy. And I suppose that's when you're supposed to come.
That doesn't
I
sound
thought
like
this was
Vor.
like
That
a
just sounds like
cosplay at first.
that just sounds like a chapter in like one. If like Paper Mario was still good, that sounds like what would be in a chapter of Paper Mario.
Yeah, but it was
play
all
this
very
game.
sexual.
Yeah, obviously, like in a non-sexual way, but still, like Boo eating someone and then getting too big and exploding absolutely sounds like
Oh,
a
yeah.
mechanic in like one of the more creative Mario games.
But this time it was passionate.
It was passionate consuming.
Yeah.
Passionate consumption, late capitalism.
Daryl.
Daryl,
I don't know. I don't.
Are we still talking about porn? Can we change the topic?
can I segue? It'll
Yes,
still be
please
porn related.
segue. No!
I'm sorry. I've never had post-nut clarity. It's a phenomenon that is completely new to me, and I heard within the last 2 to 3 years, and I was like, "What's that?"
Really? You didn't
Yeah.
even like hear about it in high school or anything?
Never heard about it like that.
Whoa.
But I never, I had like a go figure, like the hormonal, like, all right, I'm not horny anymore.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I mean, yeah,
I'd be
you'd
dead.
still going.
I'd be dead because I started a fire on my dick. Yeah. But like, I never had the moment of like, ugh, this. What's up, dude?
You started a fire on your dick.
If
No,
that
nothing.
okay,
Nothing.
quick question. I know I wanted to stop talking about porn, but
You don't.
But keep talking about it.
If
You're
that
a
was
fraud. Yeah.
If that was the title of a porn video, would you click on it?
Start a fire on my dick?
I started a fire on my dick.
Yeah, they have camping.
Okay,
gear.
hold on. If they said I started a fire on your dick, I'd click it because I'd be like, "How'd you start a fire on my dick? I want to find that out."
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like hiking in the woods.
Yeah,
an
there's a
instructional
lot.
video.
Well, also there's a lot of titles where like I'd click it if it was like, "I found a cucumber in the water." I'd be like, "Yeah, I want to know what this is."
I guess the weirder it is, you're like, why is this on a porn site? I want to see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I started a fire on your dick is absolutely one of it. Like, I think when I was still watching porn, they sometimes showed like particularly brutal sports videos.
Oh, right, because it was like...
Jeez.
Yeah, like Brazil gets fucked by Manchester United. Yeah, like that sort of thing. And I'd be like, "Yay, let's watch this."
They put, I think, like the entirety of the Star Wars franchise on Pornhub. And like
Yeah.
Hamilton.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Hamilton was on.
Yeah, they put Hamilton on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Would they classify that under ear rape? I don't like Hamilton.
That's a category.
Whoa.
Interracial. Anyway.
Interracial.
I still find that weird that that's a genre.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, if race play was a genre allowed on there, they'd put it under that.
Yeah.
Because Hamilton's weird. They like a fucking like white passing guy was like, "What if I wrote all of the slave owners to be black people, but changed nothing else about
I
them?"
mean, from what I've seen, he didn't write them that way. It's just casted them that way.
Yeah, but he was in charge of the casting.
But that was a
originally.
deliberate decision.
Yeah, yeah.
From what he said, it was not.
Really?
I don't know. I have
I
no
had
say
to
on
look
this.
it up.
I'd be genuinely
like-
surprised if that's true.
I feel like colorblind.
PR, he said he picked the best person for the role based off their auditions.
Well, but that's colorblind casting.
Then
slave owners.
Then that's what he did.
I'm just curious about that because, like, it seemed like he was trying to make a point by, like, specifically casting, specific, like,
Yeah, you can
shades of people
Yeah,
for
yeah,
certain
yeah. You
roles,
can interpret
and
it
then
that way.
cast himself as the lead. Like, it looks like he's making a statement there.
I mean, it could. I'm not saying he picked the right option out of the variety of options he had in front of him. I'm just saying that's what he did.
Yeah. Like, good for you for hiring black
And I
people
feel like he
if
was
you were,
always
like,
gonna play the
planning
lead.
not to go, like, I'll just hire who's the best. But this,
If you
it
see
definitely
yourself-
kicked off, like, a discussion of, like, you ever see those pictures online where it's like, this is my personal ship of fucking Thomas Jefferson, and they're actually, like, a non-binary pregnant man. And, have you seen this image? Okay.
No, I have not. What are you talking about?
I'm not-
What are you
this is
talking
Pretty
about?
man.
I'd love for this to be like just the weird world of Paul. This
Yeah.
is real. Hold on.
Do we have to? Okay.
Thomas, I think if I look up Thomas Jefferson Tumblr, this will pop up. Go on with your thing. Yeah, instantly.
How can I
Look
think
at
of
how
anything
many
else?
of them there are. Look at how many.
Why?
It's all the same guy too.
For the viewers, look up Thomas Jefferson Tumblr.
That's
Look
some
at
good
that.
art on that, too.
Look at that, Thomas Jefferson. Trans and bi, born and raised in Virginia, furry, taking Japanese lessons, obsessed with anime, frequents Barnes and Noble,
What?
and it's like
I
this.
don't understand why people do the things they do.
Yeah, so yeah, you see him, and it's like he's trans and he's got fucking like like a headband, and he's clearly not white and stuff like that. So they're like,
See, this is
they're
what the
trying to,
liberals
like,
want.
This is clearly something like that's revisionist, but it's revisionist and like fetishizing a slave owner, who, granted, was the first president to try to end slavery. That's something that people do not bring up enough, and it's something that needs to enter the conversation. Doesn't absolve him of his sins, because as soon as his motion to end slavery ended, he was like, cool, I can still own slaves, and owned slaves.
That didn't work.
And had sex with them to the day he died. So, like, still a bad person, but also, apparently, his motion to end slavery fell short by 3 votes.
Oh.
Really?
Whoa.
You were that close, that far
Who are
back.
these fuckers?
Most of them.
Not 3.
Yeah, you can blame any 3 from the group, though.
Yeah.
If I were to time
It's
travel,
not like
I'd
he was
find...
up to those specific 3 people.
No, I want to know their
Yeah, but if
names.
I were to time travel, I'd go back in time, find out exactly who those 3 people were.
It wasn't just 3 people. What
and
do you mean?
systematically...
How do you find the 3 people that voted more when 53 people voted more?
It's a
against
challenge.
it?
I will agree with you.
How do you pick out the 3?
You have to
Sorry.
be good at it.
Whichever ones voted last.
Whichever one's voted
That's
last.
not how it works.
Actually,
No,
in some cases it is. Do you remember when John McCain
that's
voted
so
against
arbitrary.
for the... Huh?
What? You say your point. Say your point.
Before you call it arbitrary?
Yeah.
You don't even know if my point's arbitrary. You defending him still? Yeah? Yeah?
Let's go, Leslie. Let's go.
Yeah,
Leslie-
Team Drew.
There was this thing where they were trying to get rid of Obamacare under Trump, and they needed like every single Republican or like a certain number of Republicans to vote for Trump's like new bill or whatever that would cancel it. And John McCain, I think he was like in the washer when most of this was happening or something like that. He was just out of the room.
in the hospital.
All I remember is that he came in, and Mitch McConnell had the most shit-eating grin on his face, and as John McCain walked up to him, Mitch McConnell's face just dropped. And then John McCain looked and just went... gave a thumbs down, and the bill was defeated. And like...
Was it a tie up until then?
Yes. So... in that way, which one might even argue isn't arbitrary.
No, because the thing is, right, you're talking about going back and
I can't wait to
convincing-
hear what the
Hold on,
thing is.
Okay. You're going
Yeah,
back...
scratch your head. Get your hat off. Get ready for this.
You're going back in time to convince John McCain that they should abolish
like-
Obamacare.
I feel like John McCain... all right,
I don't know if
whatever.
this is the example I want to use.
Oh, he's becoming self-aware. Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll use this example.
Okay, cool.
So let's say you hated Obamacare. You're going back in time, however long ago,
Yeah.
convince John McCain because he was the final vote. You could equally go back to any of the other people
Yeah.
and convince them, and it would have the same effect.
I agree, but I want to kill him.
Yeah. Wait, did you go back and shoot down his plane in Vietnam?
Not like Thomas Jefferson's?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still stuck there to this day. Which is why he looks like this in the picture. He got a tan.
That's awful.
Question.
Yeah.
Now that I just saw that picture and I just thought about like, okay, so if you transition and then
Here we go.
if you transition
I
and
can
then
really
like
speak to this.
and then transition again, are you still trans?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
if you
when
transi-
people
if you're
You're double
untransition.
trans.
Yeah, but like
Double trans.
some people refer to it as detransition, but like hypothetically, if you had like a lot of surgery and stuff like that, but then you also transitioned again, let's say
It's
like
still
you
a
were
transition.
you were assigned male at birth, and then you were like you did a lot of surgeries, you signed the paperwork,
You did the
are,
switcheroo.
you are female,
Yeah.
and then you're like later on in life you transition again, and you get surgeries, you got the penis, and you signed the paperwork, you're now a man. Are you still trans?
I think... Okay, this is from my...
I would say yes.
This is from my limited knowledge of it. I think the jury's still out on that. I've not heard any definitive...
Well, the jury most of the jury is trying to kill
Yeah,
them.
most of the jury wants them lined up and shot.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not trusting the jury on
The
this.
jury.
I want the judge. Bang bang, gavel.
Okay. My point being that I
Go,
I haven't-
sis boy. Talk about trans people.
I haven't heard any...
I'm Demi for the record. Yeah,
What's the word? Concise? No.
Demi boy.
Consistent
trans
consensus.
people. Oh, okay.
Consensus on that.
Well, of course not.
So what I'm saying is there's no answer because there's no there's no socially accepted consensus.
All right.
I think if you wanted to refer to them in a respectful way, you'd call them trans. Choo choo.
Is that respectful? Is that respectful?
Yep.
and every time you see them, you just choo choo.
Daryl, you're hereby released from my team. You can go back to the
You've been
I
discharged.
think that was a great point.
Hey, Leslie.
Yeah.
Now that's just you and Drew. Do you want to switch to my team after hearing what we just heard? What do you think?
I'll give him one more shot.
All right, sweet.
Look, I have quality control on my team. The fact that you're still here should be taken as a compliment. All right, I get rid of
Only the
chaff.
best of the best.
Exactly.
Eh?
You have quality control on your team.
Suck on it.
Well, then I'm on
You have
nobody's
quality
team.
control for the people or for the stories you tell.
Both.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Start again. Pretend I'm an idiot. It's not that hard. Talk to me about the bird sickness in the Toronto Zoo.
I'm not retelling the same story.
You didn't tell the story in the first place. I interrupted you and we moved on.
Well, how much more does he know other than they were sick and
Yeah,
you couldn't
I'm
look
not a
at them?
bird
I just don't know how you knew they were sick in the first place.
They had
you
a
They
bunch of
probably had a
signs
sign that
everywhere.
said, like, sorry, the birds are gone.
Okay, fine. I'll tell the goddamn story. Okay.
Thank you.
So I carpooled
Yeah.
with me mom and me girlfriend Julia, and
Yeah.
we met me brother.
Okay. Yeah. No, you answered what I was about to ask.
Me brother, his wife, and his 2 children at the Toronto Zoo. We parked in the elephant section of the parking lot,
Go figure.
and we
So they're bigger
elephants-
spaces.
You parked in the elephant section. Surely that's rude to the elephants.
Yeah. Did you have trouble getting
That's
out?
how they separate the parking lots.
By putting animals in them?
They have an A, a B, a C, a D, an E, and an F, and everyone is assigned
Is-
an animal.
Oh, okay.
So like
E
this
for
alligator.
elephants.
B was
See, the reason that
and there was nobody there.
they're all sick. See, the reason that I misinterpret your stories so much is because you keep leaving out information like that and assume it's implied. Sometimes, according to Daryl,
I
who you
understood
ejected
that.
from your team. No, let me speak for a sec. Sometimes, according to Daryl and I guess Leslie, it's obvious to everybody, but I don't get certain things that you say. Are you calling me stupid? Are you
No.
saying that I should have got that from the beginning when I didn't? What are you trying to say?
No, but you listen and you infer the context.
I didn't infer it correctly, so am I wrong? Am I stupid? What?
No, but just put a little more effort into it.
I'm trying!
Apply yourself, Paul.
I'm
Apply
trying!
yourself.
What's wrong with asking for more clarification? I don't get it.
You ask aggressively, though.
With
That's
him?
the thing. That's the thing. There's nothing wrong with asking for more, but you're like, "Hey, idiot! What do you mean elephant? There are no elephants in the parking lot, dumbass."
I didn't say that this time.
You basically did.
No, I didn't. I didn't call you an idiot.
Guys,
we have it on the record.
Guys, holy shit. You 3, Drew, Daryl, Leslie, you're Bashar al-Assad. You're ISIS, and I'm...
Yes!
And I'm Kurdistan.
Yes!
I
Get
have
carpet bombed!
No idea what that
we're
means.
all ISIS?
Hey,
No,
hey, Jordan, that's a nice
you're
Petra
Bashar
you've got there.
al-Assad.
Sure
Oh,
be
yeah,
a
we're not
shame if
ISIS.
someone destroyed
You're
the
the-
temples.
you're the-
What's that? Thousands of years of world history? Brrr.
You're the Syrian regime, you're ISIS, and I'm Kurdistan.
But I was already kicked out.
Huh?
I was already kicked out.
Can I be Lyndon Baines Johnson?
He's not around.
What happened to him?
He's no longer with us.
Oh God! Did the Mujahideen get him?
Yeah. His penis ate him.
That's not what the Mujahideen are, unless they
What?
infiltrated his penis.
Yeah, they infiltrated his penis. Sleeper cell in his penis.
They went through the hole.
Okay, so go on. You're at
Anyway,
the
there was
elephant
birds.
section.
Yeah. No, there wasn't birds. So we walked.
Are you still really saying that I need to infer from this crazy asshole?
already said there weren't
this crazy
birds. That was
asshole?
the whole
Leslie,
point of this
fucking
conversation.
serious?
Was
Leslie.
there's no
Leslie.
birds. They're sick.
Leslie.
the arc of history bends towards Sharia.
I have no clue what the fuck that means.
All right, go on.
Oh my god, you guys are so
White.
blasphemous right now.
Says the guy who said trans.
Yeah, this might be our most offensive episode. Go on.
I'm glad I'm
The
Kurdistan.
porn stuff was the best part.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm Oshalan.
Okay, so we we walked. Okay, this is more of a side tangent, but we walked towards the front gate, and there was a big sign because there's 3 baby cheetahs, and cheetahs are one of my favorite animals. They're not my top favorite animals. But they're one of, and they were too
See, this is
young.
what I mean. What's wrong with how he's telling this story?
Because I asked about his story about going to the zoo, and he was like, so this is a side tangent, but we got there, and it's just the story.
But it has nothing to do with birds.
I don't care about that. I asked about your Toronto Zoo story.
There was a big banner. It was like, hey, we have baby cheetahs, but also you can't see them because they're too young to be in the exhibit. They're here, but you
They
just have
exist.
to be okay with that. Yeah. You have to be okay with being relatively near them. So that was disappointing because I wanted to see some cute little baby cheetahs, but I didn't get to.
You got to see sick birds.
I didn't.
You didn't.
No, they were the ones flying overhead. I guess they didn't. They weren't sick because there was no miasma. Go on.
Yes, thank you. Yes, no, we're coming together, everybody.
All right.
We're coming together.
Go.
With Drew's
All right.
story.
Talk about the baby cheetahs and the miasma.
I won't
The
list
baby
off
cheetahs didn't have
every
asthma.
animal.
They weren't old enough yet.
All right.
won't
Tell
list-
your story.
I won't list
You're
off-
always like this.
I won't list off every animal we saw because there was a
Thank
lot,
you.
and there's no way else.
Oh my god.
We saw.
We saw elephants. Elephants in the parking lot. You went into the
No, we
entrance
didn't
and saw
see elephants. There was no elephants at the zoo.
Well, then how did you know which section of the parking lot?
then
you
why
were in?
There was a
Brain
pictogram.
genius. A pictogram of elephants.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Tell me another one. Go on with your cheetahs in the miasma in the air.
Okay, so we were going through the different sections.
Which ones? Tell me all the animals that were there.
And do it without saying your R's, so you sound like a little kid.
Yeah.
Inaris.
That's literally with an R in it.
Inaris?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Is this your one chance? Is this the one chance?
We agreed we can admit when we're wrong. It's fine.
Leslie, you on my side now?
He admit when he's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Thanks for being proud of me.
You are such a Matt Gaetz right now.
Fuck's Matt Gaetz.
Oh, he's a Republican. Go
Yeah,
on.
no, sure.
Oh no.
He's the pedophile guy.
Yeah, he's
Oh no.
yeah, you're being a pedophile right now. Go on.
Hey, we all got our chance to be, accused of pedophilia. Now it's your turn.
Now it's your turn. Welcome to the
Take
group.
out lumps. So I'm pretty sure the first section was the Eurasia section,
Was
but I'm not
Luke
entirely
ever
sure.
accused of pedophilia?
I'm too small.
Yeah, it's just normal for him.
I'll blend in.
It's just bull.
Pedophiles pick on me. They're like,
I'm the victim.
Clip that. Clip that. All right, go.
Okay, so this is a part of the story I don't want to tell because I have to qualify it, all right? But we did see some birds. Okay.
Oh, what? How long did we get into the whole podcast? And now you
Did
saw
I have to
birds.
infer that? Did I have to infer that?
Seems like you two are warming up to the idea of the caliphate right now.
We
I
saw
was
like-
already kicked out.
We saw like 2 birds, okay? There wasn't a lot of birds.
I'm expanding to the south.
I thought they were sick.
There was a toucan and some...
How about now, Leslie?
some kind of... I don't know if it was a herring. It was like that kind of bird.
A herring?
A heron?
A heron is a bird. A
Yeah,
herring is a
fish. It was a heron.
The fish got avian flu.
There was a heron eating a herring and it confused me.
Please, are you on my side now?
But here's the thing.
Finish the story.
Here's the
Are you
thing.
serious?
Here's the thing.
Yeah, what?
Both of those birds weren't by themselves.
Herons and herrings.
They weren't any other birds. So it was like one toucan and one of these herons.
Yeah.
The toucan.
You pronounced it right this time.
The toucan was with the orangutans.
Yay!
And
Are orangutans a monkey or a great ape?
They're a great ape.
Okay.
Yeah. They're
Isn't
the
it-
orange ones.
Isn't it so fucking stupid how chimpanzees are not monkeys?
are they apes?
They're great apes.
They're great apes. They're not monkeys, but like they totally are monkeys. Like let's just call them monkeys.
No, they're like the smartest one.
No, yeah, but like they're not scientifically classified as monkeys.
Yeah.
But they should just be monkeys
Why?
because
Well, it's like
They don't
there's
have
no
tails.
such thing as
when
a
you think
fish.
of a monkey, like any layperson thinks
Yeah.
of a monkey, they will think of a chimpanzee. So why the fuck? Like
It's the tail.
it's a tail. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
stupid.
Shouldn't have tails. Cut them off.
They don't have tails. That's why they're a great ape.
Gibbons are so cool.
You didn't know that?
I don't know anything about chimpanzees.
Yeah, Mr. Go to the zoo. What did you learn from the zoo?
Not a whole lot.
They're friends with
Sweet.
orangutans.
All right, go
Get
on.
along.
Was it cloudy? I feel like it was cloudy.
It was actually really hot. It was. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't overcast. There were clouds, but it wasn't like gray.
Okay. So go on.
I could see the birds flying in the air. If that's what you're asking.
Yeah, but were they sick?
Not the ones I saw.
Oh, because no miasma?
Yeah.
Got it. All right, go on.
So there were 2 birds in their cages in their display.
And you saw them, even though your story began with, I didn't see any birds, and I should have inferred that.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that makes it interesting.
This better make it fucking interesting.
All of the other spots, like the flamingos and the other birds, all had signs in them that said
in them.
in the
birds.
displays.
Okay, got it.
that had a sign on it that said something like
On it or in it?
in it.
Okay.
But the sign had words on it.
Yeah. I could. All right. Point positive. I could infer that much.
So you can infer something.
Some things.
But those words were something along the lines of, "Sorry, the
Bye."
birds, sorry, bye. Sorry,
But
but
they flew away.
the birds can't come out right now. There's an avian pandemic right now, or
Jesus.
epidemic or whatever, because it's not worldwide, of avian flu. So they're being
I can't trust a word you say.
they're being kept separately for their own safety.
All right.
Along those lines.
Yeah.
So, never found out if toucans are just immune to it.
Well, the toucan was probably, you said it was in
just
different
chilling by itself with some
exhibits, right?
monkeys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
eating
it was
fruit.
probably isolated from wherever
It's possible that
things were being
being-
transmitted.
It's possible that being around the monkeys protected it. Isn't that a
that a
phenomenon
thing?
with certain diseases where if you hang around certain for example
They have a miasma of anti.
with the whole reason we have vaccines in the first place is because Edward Jenner discovered that milkmaids that were all around cows and therefore got cowpox were immune to smallpox when it came around.
Yeah,
so it's possible that the monkeys carry a certain disease that is very minor to birds and protects the toucan from it.
The other bird, the heron, was with lemurs.
The word,
Those are monkeys, yeah, because they got tails.
yeah.
Yeah.
The word
Aren't they
vaccine comes from
marsupials?
lavage. No,
No,
no.
no.
Definitely not marsupials.
I don't
Marsupials
know.
are like kangaroos.
They got a pouch. The marsupials have a pouch, and lemurs.
Oh,
don't have
they
a
all,
pouch.
oh, okay.
They all do.
All
of them.
of them?
Essential factor.
Yeah.
It's a feature.
It's a feature, one might say.
Call back.
Collect a what?
Not to anything in the podcast. From,
Yeah.
you in first second
2016,
year.
yeah.
I don't know what else there is to say. There was no birds. There was two birds.
There was no. Okay, hold up. There was no birds. There was two birds. We were in the elephant section. Why would you think there were elephants there? We didn't see any birds. There were birds that flew over, but they weren't sick. Anyway, all the birds were sick. There was a miasma in the air. The end. My name's Drew.
Everybody was joking.
Why do you infer things wrongly, Paul?
Everybody was joking that there was a bunch of Canadian.
This is why I bully him. He needs to be bullied.
There was a bunch.
Clearly not working.
It's not. I need to do it more.
He
And you're
deserves
trying to
his
stop
bullying.
me.
There was a bunch of people joking that there was Canadian geese exhibit because all the empty spots were filled with Canadian geese.
That's
All the
so
empty
funny.
spots were. Actually, that is kind of funny. I like that. No, you could say that sarcastically. I enjoy that.
Also, I got to see a red panda who was climbed up a tree and then it climbed down and scampered around. And apparently, you rarely see the red pandas there, especially on hot days.
What did the orangutans do?
Because they're in the shade or something like that?
They were climbing around on their little ropes and stuff, and they were eating stuff. I don't know what they were eating. They had
People?
think lettuce. I don't know. It's much more mundane.
Thanks for coming to the podcast.
you
The
seen that?
orangutans were eating lettuce. And there was a miasma the birds were having overhead. We were in the E
there
section,
were-
E for elephant. There were no elephants there. Stop asking about
There
that.
weren't there weren't orangutans. There were red pandas.
There were signs on them and in them, and they had words on the signs, if you can believe that shit. And there were no birds there. Birds were flying overhead. No miasma, though.
But there were birds. There were geese.
It was not a cloudy day, but there
Oh,
were
you didn't
clouds
know
in the
about
sky.
the geese. You just mentioned the geese now.
Yeah.
No, he mentioned the
Canadian
geese a little
geese
bit
were all over
before.
there.
Yeah. So there were geese all around. There were birds flying overhead. There were two birds in their cages, and your story began with
were no birds." And I stand
This
by
is
it.
why.
And I stand by it.
This is why.
Support me, Leslie.
It's getting hard, Drew.
Leslie, as my
You said you'd give him one more chance 17 chances ago.
Leslie, as my legal
Wait.
assistant, can you make my
Oh, she's seceding, dude. I can hear
Can
it.
you make my closing statements for me, please?
Just say he's dumb.
Drew went to the zoo. Unfortunately, the bird displays, or bird habitats, the birds could not be there because they were sick, but in separate habitats, there were some occasional birds, which does happen at zoos. They put fish outside the fish
water.
place. Yeah, you know.
Excuse me, Madam Press Secretary. What you say? Apart from a couple birds in the displays, there were no birds there. What do you say about the Canadian geese that were so frequent that people were making jokes about them being the exhibits?
Was that part of your story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I missed that.
Remember when I was sarcastically laughing?
You need to infer that.
Oh, okay, got it.
Oh man.
Got nothing to say, Leslie?
No.
If you're feeling good about Mother Nature, have you seen that video about, this will ruin it, have you seen that video of the chimpanzee exhibit and they're just being chimpanzees being cool, but a raccoon gets in there and they fuck it up?
No!
For no reason.
Do they kill it?
Yes, they throw it around.
What do you watch in your spare time?
Remember he goes on Reddit and goes watch people die?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it was the fight porn or something.
So, like, watch the people dying. Cringetopia, I think, was yours.
Yeah.
I don't go on Reddit. Should I?
Yours was titty drop.
I knew about the titty drop Reddit, and it's a very good Reddit. I guess that's the last porn I looked at, technically.
Yeah,
I love
Because I looked it up on the podcast.
I love when you looked it up and it took me a second to be like, oh, this is just pornography. I had to see a labia to be like, oh,
Yeah.
this is just
Also,
pornography.
What would your Reddit be?
I don't know, something about D&D probably. I checked.
R slash.
Oh no, what is it? D&D horror stories, I think, is one
Okay,
of them.
that's good. What's your Reddit?
One of my favorites is r/kids are fucking stupid.
I'm really glad you added stupid.
Kids are fucking.
I think that's why they closed
They do
down
be.
Reddit for a little while.
All right, before we leave the animal topic, I have a story about raccoons, actually.
Oh.
So everybody knows they were my favorite animal. We talked about last podcast.
I got one too, yeah.
Talked about last podcast.
Bye-bye.
2 days ago, something like 2 days ago. We
I could go for some tapas right
I
now.
was at my friend's house. He just moved into a new place, and
Grab
we
ass.
found out that they have
Skate fast.
five raccoons living under their
Hoist the
deck.
best.
One
Smoke grass.
one parent raccoon, and 4 little babies.
Save the best for last.
And we were having like a little barbecue and having like hot dogs and
Community
and there was
mass.
Some, there was some sangria and stuff, which had way too much vodka in it.
That
but
was
that's a whole
cha-chas.
separate thing. And the sun was going down, so the raccoons, not being nocturnal, little nocturnal animals, were starting to wake up, and you could hear the like cooing from underneath the floorboards of the deck, and like the crunching of leaves as they like ruffled around, and we were like,
Sassafras.
"There's raccoons." That's amazing. So we all like stood still, and one of them like crawled up from like there was like a space between the window and the deck, which is how they
Window
got
in
under.
the wall.
And they crawled up, and it
what
it
drips
was
down my
so I
balls.
don't know how to describe how small it was. It was like smaller than a cat
Nice.
in body, but so floofy. Like its head was so round because of how floofy it was.
Yeah.
And it was just like curiously like walking around and look at everybody and like coming up to us, and we were like most everybody was like nervous, like what do we do? This is super cute. But
should
also, I don't want to get like bit or anything.
Yeah.
And it like crawled up, like I had my feet extended out and like crossed, and it like crawled up on my feet and like sat there for a second.
All right.
And it was like looking around.
So it crawled up on your feet. It made contact with you?
Oh yeah.
What would you do if you blacked out in that moment and you woke up and you were on the feet and like Drew was looking down at you going, ha, 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 and then he kicked you away and started talking with his new family?
Oh my god.
I will answer the question, but hold on. Because Julia was there, and Julia knows I love raccoons. So if she saw me kick a raccoon off my
Oh,
feet,
she
No,
knows
okay,
something
yeah,
was
no,
up.
something was up.
Yeah, okay. So she goes like, "Hey, babe, what's up with that?" And Drew like goes like, "Oh, it bit my foot. It was weird. I'm sorry. That was like a knee-jerk reaction." Anyway, Harry Potter and D&D. So he perfectly imitates you.
yeah, we're
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I would ruffle a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Because by the way, when they did that, it was super fucking cute.
So you just hold on. You get body snatched, and your first instinct is just to be cute.
No. I just got kicked. I have to like, what the hell, and like shake my body and be like, what's happening? You know what I mean?
All right.
Take your body.
I have to-
move
I have
your
to-
body.
When I say what do you do, I don't like first thing I do is start breathing. You don't need to say that part. You're good.
Well, no, you know, like how you can like when somebody mentions it, you can feel the weight of your tongue in your mouth, but like normally you're not thinking about it or anything like that.
All right.
You take the facts of your body for granted, the things you're touching and like the feel of your clothes.
All
and
right,
whatnot.
fine. So you
present.
ruffle.
So
In
I'm
the
in
moment.
a new body. I
You're
have
in a
to
new body and you
reassess
ruffle
what this
it.
body feels like.
Right.
you know?
Okay. So you've accurately assessed like the real thing, like the decision making. What do you do?
Yeah. So I would go up to Julia first because I'm looking around. I'm assuming I'm figuring out pretty quickly what's going on, that my body's been possessed.
Oh yeah, your body's
yeah.
been possessed by that awful dick raccoon.
Oh, it's the raccoon?
What do you think it
Yes.
was?
I don't know. Some other. The raccoon isn't going to be like, oh, hey.
Say the thing about inferring to him.
Drew, you need to infer from the situation. What is he?
Don't take orders from
I'm giving
Paul.
you advice.
We have a civil war on our hands.
I would go up to Julia, and you know how raccoons, when they're
Not
begging
wait
for
gentler to
food,
him. But then again, I'm aggressive and yell a lot. All right, yeah.
you know how raccoons, when they're begging for food, they kind of like rub their hands together a little bit?
Do they?
Yeah. That's super
cute.
cute. I would do
He's
that.
cute.
You would
And they-
do
they
that.
clean their food
You'd,
that
you'd
way,
beg
too.
your girlfriend for food.
Well, no, because then she'd know that I wanted something for her.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming I'm like
Because you're begging for food.
doing my best to think of how to communicate. That would be my first guess. My first thing to try would be like,
Surely your
I have to
first
show
thing,
that I want something from her. So like, let's
surely
do
your
this.
first thing would to not act like a raccoon so she knows something's up.
Yeah, right? Like, you go up and at least be
What
like,
do you want me to like get a chessboard out and be like, hey, I'm.
You could have
know,
answered that.
I'm proving that I'm.
Honest to God, if you said I'd get a chessboard out and start like marking down what had happened, I'd be like, that's weird, but hey, you've got imagination. But no, you were like, what do raccoons do? They fluff their bodies and rub their hands together when they want food. I'd do that.
I'm.
yeah, act like a raccoon is not the solution.
It's not the play.
Okay, here's the thing though, right?
Are you going to hit us with the play?
Here's the thing.
Is this the play?
I'm inferring. Yeah.
Wrongly.
I'm inferring that because the raccoon immediately knew what I was about, you know, Harry Potter and D&D, even though it never met me before,
Yeah.
I would start adopting traits of the raccoon.
Well, how is that
his-
going to help your
Yeah,
situation?
his goal is to
No. I would be like.
his goal is to look like you. Your goal is to not look like
What,
him.
you're gonna piss him off by saying, "Oh, look at me, I'm the raccoon
I do it
now."
better than
He
you.
already got what he wanted.
Do you expect Drew to be like,
Look.
what? No!
Let's be honest. I'm a raccoon. I'm not gonna complain that much. I fucking love raccoons.
You just give up this life just
I
to be a
do think.
raccoon?
I do wonder what like the mama raccoon would do if it would be able to tell. Honestly, maybe it's planning on it. I should go see if the other 3 baby raccoons are gonna possess other people's bodies. That's what I should do. I should try to
gonna-
protect them.
From the raccoons or protect the raccoons?
Or
And
you
just go
can
like,
get
yes,
them
my
to do
brethren.
it.
What if you go to your
I
brethren
will
and then one of them
sabotage
is,
my friends.
what if you
Then you get to live amongst them.
what if you live amongst them and you find out just through raccoon communication that one of them is Julia
Yeah.
and the whole family's
Yeah.
been replaced?
And I was the last one.
yeah.
This is Goosebumps. We just made a
You're only
Goosebumps
realizing
story.
that.
R.L. Stein.
Have you ever
Dun, dun,
seen
dun,
R.L.
dun.
Stein in recordings, in like interviews and stuff like that? It's so great because like he has like naturally like lowered eyelids and like I guess he was told behind the scenes to like talk with conviction, but he has a very gentle voice. So whenever you see interviews with him or like him beginning a Goosebumps episode, it's always him with half-closed eyes going, "Hello, I'm R.L. Stein. I'm the writer of the Goosebumps books." And he looks, I know this is not intentional, but he looks not thrilled in the slightest to be there. It's great. Every single interview with him is just like, "I write for fun. You should write for fun too." And like you could easily predict that like he's just like having like the worst day of his life
Just
during
a
any of
PR
those.
guy.
Yeah.
So that's my answer to your question.
All right.
Whoa, bro.
I guess you did the R.L. Stein thing because sometimes they have that twist at the end. Have you ever read the Goosebumps books? They always have to have a twist at the
I feel
end.
like I read one
yeah.
of them, but I
Some of them are
really-
shit. Some of them are kind of shit.
It's not that great. I like the shows though. Like they turned them into TV shows.
I watched all of them.
There was one that made me like piss scared. Maybe you can tell me what it was. It was
Yeah.
something piss scared.
Piss. I'm ready for the piss. Hit me with the
I
piss.
described it to someone. They're like,
Yep.
"That's it," and I'm like, "No, it's not it. It was an R.L. Stein movie where there was a clown living in the sewers.
That's.
It's not it."
Oh, I mean, you were like, "That's it," and I was like, what? Like it ended abruptly?
That's all there was. It was just living in the sewers, going about its day.
Yeah, people kept saying, "No, that's it" by Stephen King, and I'm like, "No,
can you give me
it's something
any-
by R.L.
Can
Stein."
you give me any more details about it?
I just I
Tim
don't-
Curry plays.
Harry Anderson's in it. Yeah.
There was a scene in a park at one point with people on swings, and they were talking about the sewer.
They were
It was
talking about
a
the
really the sewer thing.
Okay.
Like,
The sewer
it was a really long time ago, but I remembered like that shit scared me, and whatever was in the sewer was really scary.
That might be an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
It might be.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Fuck me up, man.
Because, like, I don't recall any of the R.L. Stein things being about a clown in a sewer.
It could have been Are You Afraid?
It's something in the sewer though. I remember this too.
Yeah?
It had like red glowing eyes.
Yeah! Holy shit! Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it was a clown though. I don't think it was.
Are you sure it was Goosebumps?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
There's something
Is
in
there
the sewers.
anything else about the episode you can give me? Because, like, this is February I watched Goosebumps. So these are kind of fresh in my mind. I don't recall this.
I don't know. I mean, it's from my childhood. I was very piecemeal, trying to get all these things, all these memories together.
That's fair.
Yeah.
One episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark fucked me up. The rest I thought were stupid. But one of them was the kid who took the nose from the clown. And
I remember that, yeah.
The clown followed him, and it's just directed really well that you never see the clown. And he closes the door in his room, and you see the fucking feet.
Oh, God.
And then he starts inflating a balloon from the other side through the crack of the door, and it says, "Give it back."
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
like, holy shit!
Give it back.
Yeah, I remember that.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Is it came from beneath the sink?
Maybe.
It could be.
I think there was it came from beneath the sink, but like, A, I don't remember the if there was a sewer scene because it was just sort of like in the house, but they like dismantled the pipes at one point. B, I remember it being a particularly shitty episode, so maybe I just blocked that from my mind.
I was also really young. I remember my neighbors invited me over to watch it, and I was like, I don't know. I want to be cool and impress the older kids,
also it's scary.
but it's a scary one.
They had a fucking tearjerker episode at one point.
Whoa.
Yeah, The Ghost Next Door. It was like, it had a surprisingly like fucking sad ending. So can I spoil it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, cool. So I recommend you do. It's kind of neat. So
Well, then don't spoil it.
okay.
No, I'll spoil it.
Okay, sorry. But watch it. There was this girl who moves into a new town, and there's this boy, and she noticed that, like, things are kind of weird surrounding him, and at one point she goes to, like, hit him or something like that, or, like, hug him, or sort of physical
him?
contact. Yeah, hit him or hug him or something.
Hit him or hug him.
Yeah, what's
Those
the
are
difference?
choices.
You know what I mean?
Da-da-da-da. It's a game show. And anyway, she goes right through him. And so she's like, "You're a fucking ghost." And he's like, No, I'm not. Stop that. And she's like, "Yeah, you're a ghost and I know it." And then maybe halfway through the episode, there's the twist that no, she's the ghost.
Oh.
And she died beforehand.
Oh, that's like the Lovely Bones kind of spoiler for that too.
Yeah.
But
Makes sense.
yeah,
same-
it's like the
yeah.
Lovely Bones without sexual assault.
Yes.
Yeah, Lovely Bones. It's a hard novel to read. It's not a good movie, but it's a hard novel to read.
I enjoyed the movie. Well, I watched it as a little girl, and it made me a lot more aware of things. Like, it was good to watch from a young age. You know?
Anyway, so yeah,
Don't go into little trapdoors in the middle of a field when your neighbor says, "Come check out what I built."
even if your neighbor is
sounds
Stanley
awful.
Tucci. Don't get me wrong, Stanley Tucci is a nice man, but the character he plays is creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
No, he does a good job of making him, like, uneasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be uneasy around Stanley Tucci, but for completely other reasons, you know what I'm saying? All right, so anyway, so that's the twist in the middle of the episode, and there is no real twist at the end, which I kind of liked, but there's still a twist because it's R.L. Stein, you know, like that sort of thing.
Whoa.
So she always plays piano, right? That's her thing, and apparently she can, like, interact with certain physical objects, yet not others. It's not clear what's fair and what's not. And at one point, her neighbor boy, whose mom is deaf, he's...
Sorry,
I
that
forget what
sounds-
the situation is. He's going into someone's house, and the house catches on fire. And she tries to pick him up, but she can't, because she's a fucking ghost. And the fire can affect her as well, right? Right? So she realizes, like, oh, fuck, oh, no, she's a ghost. She can't call out to other people because no one else can see her. That's another part of the twist. Like, he's the only one that can talk to her. So he can talk to ghosts. Wowee, neat. And anyway, so she eventually, like, she tries to pick him up and stuff like that, and the fire is spreading, and it's starting to spread to her, and she just sees a piano in the room, and, like, there's this external shot of the house as it's burning, and you just hear piano music coming from inside it, and someone goes like, oh, someone's playing the piano, someone's trapped in there, and they rescue the boy as she's playing
but
it,
they can't see
and, like,
her.
burning to, like, extra death. And, like, that's, like, a good, that's a good
pretty
teacher
Yeah, that's nice.
Shit.
for Goosebumps. Like, I watched it just going like, what the fuck, man?
Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, it was rough. I never watched Goosebumps growing up, but yeah, watching them was a really, really cool experience. It also solidified something I did not know about myself towards the future.
Fetish.
No.
Okay. Like, you
R.L.
have a fetish?
Stein made me realize I was gay.
R.L. Stein made me realize I was horny. No, Stanley Tucci made me realize I was horny. Anyways, yo, what's up, Drew?
Nothing, it's fine.
What?
You
No.
were.
What do you have to say about Stanley Tucci?
No, but it's him in Transformers 4 that makes him horny.
I didn't see Transformers 4.
Plays King Arthur and it sucks.
Wait, what?
Do they have time travel in Transformers?
No, it's just Transformers have been around a long time and they keep extending the timeline.
So they like went back and like, what
How
was
do they know how
happening
to
in medieval
transform into
times?
cars?
They don't, man. It sucks. They're bad.
King Arthur?
Yeah!
Oh
He
man.
was a bad guy.
All right, so I discovered from I forget what it's called. I think it was maybe like You Can't Scare Me or something like that. The one where the librarian eats bugs and is a monster and stuff like that.
Sure.
If I had to get like a normal like job outside of freelancing in the gig economy and stuff like that, I want to be a small-time librarian. Because
You get to eat bugs?
you get to eat bugs.
Pretty nice.
You get to like bring joy to children with like books and stories. You get to work with stories. You get to feel like you're a part of some sort of community at a small scale. And like small scale is nice because everyone keeps focusing, especially on the internet, in like big communities. And it's kind of nice to think like, who cares? Disconnect myself from the internet. Be like the person who galvanizes these 20-ish people together and makes them happy.
Yeah.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah,
Part of
and
that
like-
is because you're... Sorry, go ahead.
No, like the 150 people, you're like, it is my job to help them get the thing that they need. That's
Yeah.
a pretty nice job.
Yeah.
I have a friend who does that. He's a library tech for 2 Catholic schools in the area. You want a job? Do that.
Yeah.
Move here!
May I
Move
recommend
here.
the Bible? Oh, you're a little funky. May I recommend the Bible? What about you? You're like sassy. How about the Bible?
Oh, you liked this book? You like Catcher in the Rye? Oh, the Bible.
It's known
It's
as...
all Bibles!
It is the best book.
Have you read the Bible cover to cover?
No.
Okay.
We
Have
can
you
do
read
it.
the Bible
I've read
cover to cover?
snippets.
Guys, rest of the podcast. I have one.
A live reading.
A live reading of
The audiobook of the Bible, Luke plus us with commentary.
Yes, let's begin with Timothy 2:12. Let's get sexist on this podcast.
Yeah.
Something we've never done before.
Let's do the Leviticus with all like the spitting on lepers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't even spit on a tiger.
We saw tigers at the zoo.
Did you, or were they all sick?
Yeah, actually, you didn't mention
really
that.
move.
Yo, those
a lot.
tigers fucked up that
All right.
raccoon.
Name all the animals you saw in the zoo.
I'm not
Ready,
gonna
go. Ready, go.
Quickly.
Hurry.
Malaysian one-horned rhino.
1,
Tiger.
2,
Giraffes.
3. Giraffes.
Giraffes.
Thank you.
Whatever. The toucan, the
I
orangutan.
inferred that you said it wrong. Yeah. Toucan. 4.
Orangutans.
5.
There was a boa constrictor, and
6.
there was an anaconda there.
Why do you say it like that?
Anaconda.
Because I was trying to think of the snakes. Pythons, there was pythons.
There was pythons.
I'm not just listing names of snakes. I'm trying to remember if there was that kind of snake there.
Don't
There was
get
tree
avian
frogs,
flu.
like the
Tree frogs.
the colorful poisonous tree frogs.
Did you lick one?
No.
Did you eat 'em?
There was a bunch of glass in the way.
Even get sick now.
Did you eat the glass?
The cutest animal was the
You.
the golden the golden, what was it called? It was the
You're not even gonna react to that?
the golden lion gibbon.
You're not.
I think it was a gibbon.
Shut up.
Gibbons the
Stop talking.
It was basically
Stop
this
talking. You're not even
ball
gonna react to
of
that?
orange fuzz.
You're a ball of orange
And
fuzz.
it was like climbing
By
around
the time I'm
really
done with you.
fast. They were very cute, and they had like what looked like a bird box.
You're awful.
Like a little like birdhouse.
He called you
Right? Not bird box like the movie Birdhouse.
Bird Box,
And
yeah.
they would like
I've never seen Bird Box.
they would. It's all right. They would climb into it and then like turn around while inside and poke their heads out. But it was like their neck would be there and there would just be like fluff on the
God,
outside.
if you did that, you'd hit someone in the face. Because your neck is long.
Oh yeah, and I'd be in the giraffe exhibit too. Ho ho ho! I'm ho.
Do you think your ancestors?
That was a good
like-
impression of me. Yeah.
Do you think your ancestors had short necks, but there was like a particularly tall tree? And
They had to evolve to get
yeah.
That's not how evolution
I
works.
know.
Now how it works is someone put their dick in the tree.
And then fucked it. And then Drew's relatives came by and went, yeah.
Wait, Paul, how do you? Wait.
Don't describe that, please. Don't
want you-
describe that.
How do you?
No one can see what I'm doing.
How do you break down the? Never mind. I'm not gonna ask this question. It's a stupid question.
They're showing this on a VHS in like a science class.
With increasingly horrific expressions.
I am so glad this is an audio-only podcast.
Dick narration.
Yeah, what I'm doing is pretty obscene. You want to know the fun fact? While doing that, I slapped myself on the balls and it really hurt.
Yeah, I bet you did.
It'd be funny doing a bit like that and then throwing up on the floor.
You look like Winnie the Pooh bear.
What episodes of Winnie the Pooh did you watch?
Not every part of it.
But he's like scooping honey out of the jar.
And then
right?
into
So he does that.
his bits.
Yeah.
Also, did you hear? I don't know if this is
The
true.
slasher movie? It's true.
I only heard this like online, so it's not credible or anything. But apparently, Winnie the Pooh,
The slasher
is
movie?
now,
It's real.
is now in public domain.
Yes.
But the Disney version of Winnie the Pooh isn't.
Oh yeah,
So-
the red shirt.
The red shirt is still property of Disney, which means you can draw a naked Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
But you can't give him clothing, or
Yeah.
you're gonna get sued.
Well, you can't give him that particular clothing.
I like
you
to
can-
think
you can
like
dress
this,
him.
give him any clothing.
You can give him a bib or a diaper.
A diaper. You could probably give him a diaper.
Why
I feel
are
like
those
if you
what
gave
you
him a diaper.
You can give him a bib and a diaper, and you could, and then
dress
you
him
could,
up in little
and you-
baby shoes.
And
You
then
could
you
give
could call
him
him
a
a good,
cookie
you
dough
could call him a
and-
good little boy, and
little boy.
you could give him a little bit of honey, and you could fuck him.
What if I took him just for a day, but then we went and we went to Mexico, and then his parents couldn't find him.
His parents couldn't find him because Winnie the Pooh is in Mexico with me, Christopher Wobble.
Well, my name's Christopher Robin. You call me Christopher Robin, and I'll take a baby and then fly away, and they'll never find us.
Yeah, if you try to follow us, I'll fucking kill him.
He's my Will Winnie the Pooh. And
He's my little Winnie the Pooh. If you try to if you try to destroy what should have been, then I will fucking kill him. If I can't have him, no one can. And I give him a little bit of honey.
Makes it all better.
Weirdest pedophile.
That's not a pedophile if you're fucking Winnie the Pooh. At worst.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Good. Yeah, we have morals.
Yeah.
We have morals on this podcast.
Would it be okay if he's like a stuffed bear? It wouldn't even be bestiality. It would just be weird.
I don't think we have a name for that, do we? Like puppet.
Puppetry.
Fucking...
Well,
a furry.
all puppetry begins with sticking
It'd
your
be a
hand up
furry.
your
Yeah, it'd be a
ass.
furry, right?
Yeah.
No, furry's different.
No, you're right. Well,
No, yeah, furry's
What if you're
different.
personifying the bear?
No, because it's an.
It's like-
Well, is it inanimate in this world?
What? Is it inanimate? Yeah, if it's inanimate, then it's not furry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
But like,
in this,
if he's
in this context of fucking-
anthropomorphized, which like then the jury's fucking out, right?
Yeah.
Because like, is that anthropomorphized to have Winnie the Pooh
Like
in
a
perfect
living
proportions?
stuffed bear?
Yeah. I don't think that's furry. I think that needs its own category.
That's
I
gotta
agree
be
with you.
something
Also, I
else,
think
yeah.
like Winnie the Pooh is like has a little bit of a mild intellectual delay, so that might be ableist too.
To fuck him?
Yeah.
You're not
I don't-
allowed.
What, fucking someone with a disability is ableist?
You're not
I mean,
allowed.
I feel
no,
like
to a certain extent, if they don't know what's going on, it's absolutely ableist and
you
also
can-
kind of
Oh,
assault.
well.
You can take it. No, sorry. You shouldn't take advantage of them.
Clip that.
Cancel drug.
But
Just
yeah,
can't-
it's not like illegal to like
It's
fuck someone.
it's not illegal to fuck.
I think it's sometimes
Indeed
it
it-
is.
Can we have that again? And I'm just gonna put patriotic music behind it. Go, Drew. Say it dramatically.
It's not illegal to fuck someone.
Good. All right. Yeah, it's
More of a pause.
it's also not like illegal to like fuck someone with like a severe disability who doesn't know what's going on, but it's horribly bad too.
Is it not? That sounds like it would be illegal.
It is illegal.
Because you can't prove there's like this whole thing. It's like one of those things that's not illegal in the same way as like Obama killing millions of people, or not millions of people, but like hundreds of people with drone strikes
Enough
wasn't
people to be
illegal.
a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Hundreds of thousands.
It's basically just enough of a legal technicality that trying to sue for that, especially since
not
like
guaranteed.
the person can't sue on their own behalf, because if they're like mentally impeded to the extent they can't consent, they sure as can't like consciously
Yeah,
run
but
like
they would have a guardian. They would have like a trustee to like represent.
Probably
for
cameras
sure, for
around.
sure, yeah. But like I'm saying, in
Also,
the legal
it'd be
in the legal
RV
in the legal
whoever.
sense, your guardian cannot represent you in court.
Sure, but it could be the crown.
It's not a crown offense.
It's a criminal felony. Right?
It's still not a crown.
It's not like a.
It would
it's not a
it would
civil
still
case.
be. Yeah, it would be civil.
It's a civil case.
Sexual assault is absolutely always civil. You can't have the crown sue you for sexually assault.
But it's a fucking-
what you did to a specific person, not to the country of Canada.
Isn't it?
It's not like if you sexually assaulted me right now, Drew, I'd be like, aha, you just raped Canada.
No, but
You would though. You would though. if
I
you-
would absolutely.
but a person with a disability like that would be taken care of by the crown, right? So they'd
Yeah,
be
they'd be
getting
like
a certain
awarded
amount
the
of money
state,
for
yeah.
that.
How about we all agree that we don't know?
I am no lawyer. This is not legal.
No, I'm pretty sure I figured this out.
All right.
Yeah.
Give us the pitch.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a dark topic.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh though is
Treat people with
excellent.
respect, especially sexually. Ask for consent. Make sure they know what they're getting into. What am I missing?
A little bit more.
You can't wear a red shirt or Disney will.
God fucking damn it! I was trying to be serious for
Change your
once.
socks.
What? How are we doing for time right now?
129.
Is that long?
Thanks for listening to the podcast, everybody. We will be along next month for more improv shenanigans. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, sure. No, it's good.
Yeah. I have no idea how I'm gonna segue from that. Maybe I'll just leave that in. Whatever the fuck. What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name? What's your name?
What?
What's your name?